G'day everybody, it's Darthozzie here, and you're in the Star Wars Collector's Corner. As you can see, little surprise, no surprise here really, these are the shuttles, the Imperial Shuttles from Return of the Jedi. And what we're going to do today is have a look at the differences between the one that came out maybe 10-15 years ago and the one that came out with the Kenner line back in the 80s. Now, they look very similar, and in fact I would suggest they probably come from the same molds. However, there's one big difference. So I'm going to bring in very shortly my little Darth apprentice who's going to explain to you the differences between these two ships. There is one very big difference. And as always, if you like what we do, leave us a comment in the section below or even give us a thumbs up just to say g'day. Alright, okay, so the first thing we're going to do, I've got Darthozzie's apprentice right here as we speak.
Hi guys! And
he's going to go through in a big loud voice and tell us exactly what this ship has to offer.
So, first of all, this is the cockpit, which holds two figures, which there is no figures because no figures came with the actual ship. So there's also a little room in there.
There's some very nice decals already applied inside there as well.
Yep.
Yep. And what else?
The other thing is, which I think's okay, is that these guns actually move, but every other gun is like locked in place, so they don't move. Mm-hmm. The other good thing about it is
pick it up.
that these legs fold in.
Okay.
Which are only fold in one.
Yep, there you go, they're both in.
They're both in.
Yep. What else? Big and loud voice.
And also the wings.
So if you press the button on the front of the trigger there's like a trigger. That trigger here allows these wings to come in down, so it's in flight mode or up for landing. Of course, in landing you then have to also pull down the feet again. So pull that one down. Got it? There we go. So they can land, so it can land on all three. The front one doesn't go up, by the way, the trigger one. That stays as it is, doesn't it?
Now,
yep,
I'm going to talk about compartments.
Okay, compartments. Nice and loud, mate.
So, some of the compartments, well, one of the compartments is right there.
Yep.
Which, that's a panel, but it's got a good playability feature in it of where you could do like a setup right in there, and you could maybe get some lights
more
and
figures.
More figures, yeah.
Okay, so that's just a panel that comes off, that connects back in and clips back in like that. Alright, now what's the big difference then between that shuttle and if I bring up the one from the 80s, the Kenner version? What do you remember about this one?
That one, it's older.
Oh yeah, well,
and
straight away, yeah.
It has a button to control the electronics.
Okay, so there's a button here. So you're telling me this ship has electronics?
Yes.
And that ship doesn't?
Yes.
Right. Can you show where the electronics are, where the batteries go in?
The batteries...
No, just here.
The batteries go in right
So pull that panel down.
There.
Okay, so it takes two AA batteries in here, and once they were inserted, this one unfortunately no longer works due to age, but you press the button here and that made the wings go down electronically. So there was no folding the wings with the trigger in the middle. The trigger actually allowed the wings to go down and it made sound. So there's a big difference, if you like, between the version that came out with Kenner and the version that came out with Hasbro. The paintwork on this one is a lot better though.
Yeah.
They've gone to town with putting all of the aging on it and the colour work that makes it look a little bit better. But the other thing with this is the stickers on the back are virtually identical, and therefore what I can see, most of the decals on this are virtually the same. There might be a few more on the older version, but everything else is the same. There's stickers on the outside, there's stickers in the cockpit, And for all intents and purposes, this looks like the same ship.
Yeah.
Just through the same moulds, different plastic, and without the feature of the electronics. Oh, we forgot to mention something else, little apprentice. What is it?
Oh, yeah. This is
the gangplank, the landing plank. So that's where the Emperor or Darth Vader walked out. Stormtroopers, the Red Guards, Imperial Guards, they can all walk out of here. This is the, once it's landed, you could open that up and allow them to walk out. Yes, like that. And then you click it back up and slide it in. The original Kenner version has the same landing strip, gangplank. Yes, it does. Yep.
It does?
Yep.
Okay.
This shuttle was released in 2002 as part of the Star Wars Saga Phase 1 collection. They also released an Imperial Shuttle that was exclusive to FAO Schwartz, so unfortunately that one never made it to Australia, but it's well worth looking for if you find that one, because it does come with those two exclusive figures. So there you go. The Imperial Shuttle from Return of the Jedi, a great addition to your fleet if you're looking at getting one of these. When they first came out, they were worth probably around the $200, $250 Australian, which is about 125 US. So it wasn't a cheap ship, but it was certainly something that was impressive. It's very large for the 3 3/4 inch scale, and obviously second hand now if you're picking one up, it's a large box, so be prepared to pay for postage. What do you think it's worth to rate out of this particular ship, not the old one? What do you think this would rate out of 10?
Thinking maybe a 6 or a 7.
Okay, rated for what?
Rated for the great compartments, the
moving wings.
I actually probably would say a 6.
Yep.
It would be a big bonus if it came with figures, and a big bonus that the back comes out. So originally, yeah, I would have probably said 5, 6. If it had figures, then 7.
Okay, but remember that this ship did not have electronics in it. It has the area for them, but for some reason Hasbro decided not to make it an electronic version. So that probably is part of why you're giving it a 6 rather than anything higher. And also, obviously, this ship is 3 3/4 inch scale, so it's really useful when you're setting up with your figures to be able to play with. So playability is right up there, isn't it?
Playability, I would probably say like an 8.
Okay, all right. So there you go. Overall, about a 6 or a 7 for this ship. This is Star Wars Collector's Corner. If you like what we do and you want to have a look at more of our videos, go onto our channel, Star Wars Collector's Corner. Give us a thumbs up, give us a like, leave a comment, whatever you want to do, and we'll see you next time. Bye.